Good morning, students. It's me, Sudarshan sir. Today we are going to deal with computer science. Okay. Take a book, pencil. Okay. Today the topic is computer classification. Classifications of computer. How computers are classified. Else we can say different type of computer. Okay. Okay. We'll see. Computer can be classified. Computer can be classified into different categories. Computers can be classified into different categories depending on their physical size, processing speed, storage capacity, cost, and so on. Okay. By what? By size of the computer, speed of the computer, storage capacity, how much it can store, and what is the cost. By depending on all these factors, computer can be classified. Okay. Laptop. Now they are showing the different classifications. Laptops and tablets. Laptops and tablets. You know this is a laptop. Laptop and tablet. Tablet, you know very well, that big one. Are computers. Laptop and tablet computers are portable computers. Portable in the sense you can carry them wherever you want. Portable computers that work on rechargeable batteries. There is something called batteries over there. You should put charge, and when the battery is full, you can use it. When the battery drains, it will switch off. This is the thing. This is how it works. Next, personal computers. Personal computers are the computers which you use in your house, office, etc. Okay. We used to say desktop computers, PCs, all these things. Okay. Those are personal computers. Okay. Next, mini computers. Mini computers are actually used in olden days. Before the personal computers came into the world, they used mini computers. It will be like big in size. Actually, see the difference. Personal computer is called microcomputer, smaller in size. Mini computer, next to micro what? Mini only, no. So mini computers. Mini computers are big in size, but it is older than personal computer. It was big in size and it was used in companies. Okay. Then personal computer came into the world. Okay. Next, what are the computers? Mainframe computers. This is used in present days only, but it is very big in size. This is big in size, but it is used in present days. Okay. What is the use of that? Mainframe computers are even more powerful than personal computer. Okay. That have high storage capacity. Here the storage capacity will be very high. It will be in terabytes and so on. Terabytes, petabytes will be in that capacity. Terabytes means what? GB means what? Gigabyte means what? 1 GB, 2 GB. You have computer called with 256 GB, 512 GB, and so on, right? Like this. After GB, TB comes, that is called terabytes. After TB, PB comes, petabyte. Okay. Mainframe computers have larger storage capacity like TBs, terabytes, and so on. Okay. Next, supercomputer. Supercomputer are fastest of all computer. Supercomputer, you know very well, right? This is the fastest computer of all. They are used for large applications that require complex scientific calculations. They are used for large applications to run. Like what type of application? Highly complex applications, highly complex scientific applications. So mostly supercomputers are used in scientific researches to perform highly complex scientific calculations. Okay. These are the different type. This is how the computers are classified. Okay. Now, computers, you know different type of computer, classifications of computer, but there are only two variety of computer, that is digital computer and analog computer. All these classification, all these computers work only with two ways. One is digital, are categorized into two ways. One is digitally and another one is analog. Till now what we saw, personal computers, mini computer, mainframe computers, supercomputer, all these comes under this digital computer only. Okay. Okay, analog computer are old type of computer. They are using nowadays, but it is mostly it was famous in olden days only, not in present days. Till now, these computers, what we saw, PCs, tablets, everything, laptop, everything is digital computer. Now we are going to see a deep explanation on digital computer only, because that is so important. Finally, a small explanation of analog computer will be given. Okay. Digital computer. Another method to classify computer is based on the way data is processed. See, they itself told classification of computer. Okay, but don't confuse with this. Classification of computer means these things you say: mainframe computer, mini computer, supercomputer, personal computer. That's all. Okay. Now we are going to see digital computer. All these comes under digital only. So we are going to see a detailed description of digital computer only. Okay. There are two basic types of computers. See the second point. There are two basic types of computer. They are digital computer and analog computer. First one, digital computer. Okay. Digital computers are what most people are familiar with. We know that very well. Personal computers, which is nothing but PCs. This one, which we use in our daily life. This laptop. All these are digital computers. So you are familiar with that, right? Okay, that's what. Digital computers are what most people are familiar with that. The personal computer that you use in your school and home are digital computer. This one are digital computer. The commonly used calculators, the calculators that you use, and the smartphones are also digital computers. What are also digital computers? The calculators which you use and the smartphones, cell phone which you have are also comes under digital devices. Okay, they are also digital computers only. Okay. Why it is called digital computer? Because they use numbers to represent. They use numbers to represent something like zeros and ones. What is the 0 and 1? This 0 and 1 is known as binary code. What? Binary code. Okay. Digital computers have chips containing millions of tiny electronic switches. See, these computers have chips inside it. They have chips called memory chips. They have memory chips. Okay, chips inside it. Those chips will be of tiny switches, very minute switches. Those chips will contain, those memory chips contains tiny electronic switches. Okay, electronic switches. There only all your data are stored electronically. That is how you store your data electronically. For example, you are storing a movie in this personal computer or in this laptop. So what happens? Where it is being stored? It is being stored in the memory chip, which is there inside that computer. Okay, it is there inside the CPU, big box, right? CPU. Here it is there inside this box, small box, under the typing keyboard. It is there inside the computer. What is there? One memory chip is there. In that memory chip, what is there in that memory chip? Tiny, small, very small electronic switches are there. How many electronic switches are there? Millions of tiny electronic switches. Millions of electronic switches are there. Okay. Each and every millions are there, but each and every one single electronic switch is called what? It is called bit. What? Bit. B-I-T. Bit. Okay. In what is the use of this chip? When this bit is on, either you can say is that small tiny electronic switch, else you can say bit. When this switch is on or when this bit is on, it represents 1. When this bit or switch is off, it represents 0. When this bit is on, it represents 1. When this bit is off, it represents 0. Okay. This is how the computer reads data. See, think it is a switch. When the switch is on, it represents 1. When the switch is off, it represents 0. Okay. Okay. Now binary code came into, right? Now that 0 and 1 came right. This is how the computer process. This 0 and 1 is called what? This is called binary code. 0 and 1s. Zeros and 1s are called binary codes. Do you remember in the lower class they would have taught you? These zeros and 1s are called what? Binary codes. Okay. I will explain about that. The data or instruction given to digital computer must be in the form of 0 and 1. See the data, for example, the videos you store, the games you store, the songs you store in the computer, how it will be stored? For seeing you, while you look at the computer, it will be stored as a song or a video. But does the computer understand that is a video, that is a song? No. What the computer understands? The computer understands only on off switch. The computer understands only on and off. So which is nothing but 0 and 1. Off means 1, 0, on means 1. Off means 0, on means 1. So the computer understands what? Only 0 and 1. Okay. These codes are called binary codes. These zeros and ones are called what? As of I told before, these are called binary codes. Either they are called binary codes or they are called binary number system. That is a type of number system. So binary number system. That is a type of number system the computer understands. So either you can say binary code. You can say code also. It's a code word for a computer. Else number system that the computer understands, whatever it is. Okay. The zeros and ones are called binary codes or binary number system. Okay. Okay. In this system, a correct combination of zeros and 1 represent numbers, letters, punctuation mark, special characters. See, the computer knows what? Only zeros and ones. But you know what? You and I know what? Words or numbers or punctuation marks or special characters. Okay. We are typing either numbers or alphabets or all those things in keyboard. How the computer understands that? With the help of zeros and ones only. Okay. How the computer will know that letter 1 is typed? Yeah. The computer will understand the letter 1 or the number 1 or the letter A or the letter B or whatever the character, comma, all these typed. By how? It will understand by a combination of bits. Understand by a combination of bits. I will explain how. The binary number is the only language the computer understands. What is mean by binary language? 0 and 1. 0 and 1. This is the only language the computer is understand. Okay, which is nothing but off and on. Okay, okay. This is called machine language. Why this binary language is called machine language? Because these computers are machine. The computer is a machine. It understands only the 0 and 1 language. So it is called machine language. Okay? Okay. A pattern made up of 8 zeros and 1s is called a byte. A pattern. I told you that combination of bytes represents the letters or the characters or the numbers or special characters. Okay? Special symbols. Okay. How it recognize? With a set of 8 bits. What is 8 bit? I told you millions of switches are there. Those millions of switches are categorized into more number of 8 bits. Okay? More number of that millions of switches are millions of bits, which is nothing but off or on or 0 or 1, whatever you understand, in the way you understand, you take it. Those millions of switches are categorized into 8 bits. Categorized into many 8 bits. Okay. Each 8 bits represent a letter or a symbol or a special character. Okay. How it represents? A byte is used to represent one character. I will show you that. Wait. Okay. Sorry. These thing represent a character. For example, a letter A is represented by how many bits is there? You see, this is letter A. A letter. Wait, I'll show you close. A letter A is represented by what? 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. So 1 6 zeros and 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 1. So if 1 means what? A switch is switched on. 0 means how many zeros here? 6 zeros. So one switch, in that millions of switches, one switch is switched on and 6 switches will be switched off and one more switch at the last will be switched on. I told you now, millions of switches is categorized into many 8 bits, 8 switches or 8 bits. In that first 8 bit to represent first word, in that first 8 bit alone you take. In that first 8 bit you want to represent A. That if the first 8 bit want to represent the letter A, for example, you typed in the keyboard the first word you typed as A. How the computer will understand? With the first 8 bits only, right? How the what is the symbol for the first 8 bit? This is the symbol 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. Means what? First in that first 8 bit, first switch is switched on, all other 6 switches are switched off, and finally one switch is switched on. If this is the thing, then the computer understand this is a letter A. Okay, I typed a letter A only, but the computer will read in this format only, 1 and 0 only. It will allocate the first 8 bit and it will read in this format only. Else you can see it will store this letter A in the computer in the form of this code only, this language only, binary language, else binary code. Okay. How the letter B is stored in a computer? Like this. First switch is on, then 1 2 3 4 5 switches are switched off, and 6th switch is switched on, 7th switch is switched on, 8th switch is switched off. So 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. Okay, this is the format, binary format to represent the letter B. Okay, and so on for representing letter C, D, E, F, and for representing numbers. For representing numbers, you see, for number 1, this is the format. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 switches are switched off in that 8 combination of bytes. 7 switches are switched off and the last 8th bit alone is switched on. So this represents number 1. For representing number 2, you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 bits are switched, 6 switches or 6 bits are switched off. 7th switch or bit is alone switched on. 8th bit again it is switched off. So what it represent? This represent number 2. So by this you please understand that whatever the numbers or the characters you type in this keyboard, it will be understood by the computer in this binary format alone, in this 0 and 1 format alone. Okay, that's it. Okay, so each and everything that 8 things, each and every zeros and ones are called what? Bits. Either you can say switches or you can say bits. Technically you say it is a bit. Each and everything is a bit. Only then we can understand about computer capacity, computer storage capacity. So what you want to say? Each and everything is a bits. Each and everything are bits. Okay. A computer has millions of bits. A computer have millions of bits. How many bits are there? Millions of bits are there. It is categorized into many 8 bits. It is categorized into many bits. 8 bits. Okay. See, these 8 bits are there now. They are combinedly called 1 byte. These 8 bits, either this or this. These 8 bits now are combinedly called as what? 1 byte. Okay. Do you understand? These 8 bits 1 0 0 and so on or that millions of switches or millions of bits are there in a computer memory chip, right? Okay, it is divided into 88 bits, right? Each and every 88 bits are called uniquely called byte. Each 8888 each bit 88 bits, that division is called byte. Okay, so 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. So what does this mean? 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. Okay, very good. Now you know 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. Only it is actually it is categorized into millions of, actually there are millions of bits. In that 8 bit is called 1 byte. So how many byte is called as kilobyte? It is categorized into many things. First it will be bit, then byte, then kilobyte, then megabyte, then gigabyte, finally terabyte. You learn till terabyte. There are many things, petabyte and so on. You learn till terabyte, that is enough. Okay. See, there are many bits. These are bits. Okay. 8 bits are there. These 8 bits are combinedly called as byte. So 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. How many byte? 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. Okay, so 1000. Next, 8 bit is equal to 1 byte. Next, 1024 byte. 8888 bits, no? Each and every 8 bit is 1 byte. So like that, how many bytes are there? Since millions of switches are there, many bytes will be there for sure, right? Okay, 1024 bytes. 1024 bytes form 1 kilobyte. How many? 1 KB, 1 kilobyte. Okay, 1024 bytes. 1024. 1024 bytes form 1 kilobyte. Okay, 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobyte. The next it will go for the next one. Take a big set of bits, which is nothing but 1024 kilobyte is equal to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte. Okay, this is how the memory space is calculated in a computer. 8 bit forms 1 byte. It is called as 1 byte. You can say it is called as 1 byte. So 1024 byte. Then you think how many bits? Okay, 1024 byte forms 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobyte forms 1 megabyte. 1024 megabytes form 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabytes form 1 terabyte. Okay. Why they have found those many bits or those number of bytes? Why I will say? Because to store data, if you have larger bytes, you can store large number of data. If you have less bytes, you can store less number of data only. For example, now go to your personal computer or your laptop or your cell phone. Even cell phone is a computer only. Technically it is a computer only. Okay. Now take your computer or your cell phone, whatever it is. Okay, if you have 16 GB cell phone, 16 GB memory capacity in your cell phone, what you can store? You can store 5 or 6 movies in your cell phone, or you can store few songs, many songs, that's all. But if you have 32 GB capacity in your cell phone, what you can do? You can store at least 10 movies and few songs. If you have 64 GB, you can store many movies and few songs. Then think, if you have 128 GB in your phone, you can store many movies, many songs, many games and so on. If you have 256 GB, now leave cell phone, come to the computer. If you have 256 GB computer, both are same only now, storage capacity only now. Either it is a cell phone or a computer, both are storage capacity only. If you have 256 GB computer, what you can store? You can store many movies, many songs, many games, many files, whatever you want. If you have 500 GB hard disk, 500 GB storing capacity, what are the things you can store? You can store many things. Okay. That is how while you go and shop a computer, what they will say. This computer has 512 GB capacity. This computer has 1 TB capacity. They will say all these things, right? Okay. Why they are saying is, if it is 512 GB or 1 TB, you can store large number of datas. Okay. Nowadays, a basic computer comes with 256 GB capacity. Even a cell phone comes with 256 GB capacity. You can store many photos, many games, many videos, many movies and so on, many songs and so on. Okay. That is why this memory, that is the only reason this memory space is allocated to store data. Okay. To store data. Now you see clearly. 1 byte means how many bits? 8 bits. 1 kilobyte means how many bits? 1024 bytes. 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte is equal to, it is called as MB. Kilobyte means KB, byte means B, gigabyte means GB. Okay. 1 KB is equal to 1024 bytes. 1 MB is equal to 1024 into 1024. By seeing this, you don't confuse. They have multiplied this byte into one more time to get what? Megabyte. So for gigabyte, it is multiplied into 3 times to get gigabyte. For terabytes, it is multiplied into 4 times for getting terabytes. Technically, by seeing this, you may confuse. But don't confuse like that. By seeing this, you can easily understand. See, 1 megabyte. Here also bytes only it is given. See, just think like this. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. 1024 byte is equal to 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobyte is equal to 1 megabyte. 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. 1024 GB is equal to 1 TB. This is how the computer memory is classified. Okay, students? Okay, I hope you understand digital computer well and good. Okay, now last topic. Now, till now we saw is digital computer. There is something called analog computer which was very famous in olden days, but now it is not so famous. But it is used for industrial purposes. For now also they are using digital computer. Okay. We'll see, analog computer. We'll see about analog computer. While digital computer, this is analog. While digital computer work with numbers, digital computer work with what? That zeros and ones, which is nothing but known as numbers. Since they are using zeros and ones, they are called digital computers. That is the basic principle. Okay. Analog computer, here there is nothing zeros and ones and all. Okay. This, but I will say how it works. While digital computer work with numbers, analog computer work with quantities that vary continuously. These things work with quantity. What type of quantity? We'll see. Example of such quantities are temperature. You know temperature, right? The temperature varies each and every day. Okay. So each and every day that variation of temperature, that is a quantity. Air pressure varies depending on tire, depending on the needness. That air pressure used for tires, take that as example. It varies. Okay, so that is a quantity. Amount of light falling on object. The sunlight falling on your ceiling or falling on your house, falling on you. Everything is object. All these are object. Amount of light falling on the object, that differs. So what happens? Quantities. That is a quantities. Weight. Each and everything has different weight. So it has some quantities. Okay. So analog computer work with these quantities. How these quantities are worked, how it process these quantities, we'll see. These varying quantities are converted by analog computer into varying voltages and then these voltages become the input to the analog computer. These quantities are there now, that variation of temperature, air pressure, amount of light, all those things are converted into voltages. What it is converted? Converted into voltages initially by ourselves it is converted into voltages. Then these voltages are fed into the analog computer. We only should convert into voltage by taking all these either temperature reading. Okay, now we will do one thing. For a clear understanding, I will do one thing. We will take this temperature alone, for example. I will tell you about that. Okay. For finding appropriate temperature, to find the appropriate correct temperature, what should we do? That I will teach you. Okay. The value of varying temperature, each and every day there will be different temperature. The values of varying temperature is connected as voltages, is converted as voltages. The value of varying temperature, different temperature of each day, that all these temperatures are collected initially, and these temperatures are converted into voltages. Voltages in the sense, since analog computer is electrical computer, they know only voltages. Voltages is related to current. They know only these current things, electrical things. Only voltages it know. So these temperatures of these varying temperatures are converted into voltage numbers, voltage form. And these voltage numbers or the voltage values are given as input. A computer means something input is needed, right? Given as input to the analog computer. Okay, so now what the analog computer does? The analog computer processes those inputs and sends an appropriate value of average voltage. Now an input of voltage only is given. Temperature is converted into voltage, and that voltage is only is given. So what happens? This voltage is processed inside the analog computer, and it will give you the appropriate average voltage. Now what the computer gives you? It gives you the correct average voltage. Okay, this average voltage is again converted into average temperature. Now you got an average voltage with the help of that analog computer. That voltage is again converted into average temperature. By this only, in olden days, they found the average temperature, average air pressure, average light falling on object, average weight, and so on. But this is a hectic process. And this process is not so good comparing to digital computer. In digital computer, easily you can take output by feeding numbers, but in analog computer you cannot feed numbers. You should do all these process. So this is not good compared to digital computer. So digital computer plays a main role in present world. Okay students, that's all. These are the working principle of analog computer and digital computer. I think this class moves around half an hour. Okay, no issues. Just try to understand these things, because these things are the general things of a computer. That's why a deep explanation is given by me. Okay, I want each and everyone to understand. That's why I have given a deep explanation. If you have any doubt in this, just go on through this video whenever you are free. Beyond that, if you have any doubt, just text to my number. I will tell you. I will rectify your queries. Okay students, I hope everyone understood. Have a great day. Bye, take care. The same thing as of our homework. Mark the important points with a pencil and then take a photocopy and send. The homework is read the portion what I took. That's all. Read this analog computer, digital computer. Read that. Okay students, bye, take care. Have a nice day.